I recently made a big statement. One day I'll become a millionaire. Bold, ain't it? My name is Helen, and I'm not there yet. This story is happening today, and today is a payday. And what I discovered today, not gonna please me at all. Like 53% of people in the world, I live from a paycheck to paycheck. So, what happened is that the bank has frozen the third of my salary into the account of the tax office. And what I'm left with is just to pay my rent. And honestly, I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this. Winning at money is an 80% behavior and 20% head knowledge. What to do isn't a problem. Doing is. If I can control the guy in the mirror, I can be skinny and rich. I'm not there yet. I have to embrace that my ignorance and unhealthy patterns took me here. But the good news is I can take myself to another direction, and I'm going to start acting now. Alright, so let's see what I can do in this situation. Potentially, I can ask someone to borrow me money, but that's just gonna increase my debt, and that is not helpful. That's not what I want. Maybe I can ask ChatGPT what to do. It's not that I rely on it, but just out of curiosity. It says assess your debt, create a budget, prioritize high interest debts, consider consolidation, increase your income, negotiate with creditors, build an emergency fund, stay motivated, seek professional help if needed, avoid taking on new debt. See, it's quite reasonable. It's not as crazy as it could be, but in total I owe 10K, of which of them 1,500 are critical to close as soon as possible, and the rest should be just paid on time. But ideally, I want to cover them earlier. Goal number 1. I want to never feel feared to check my bank account. Think I have to educate myself on finances. Actually, I'm really grateful that this situation has happened to me now and not later, because potentially it saved me a lot of money in the future. What I'm talking about is mortgage. So my idea was to buy a house in the nearest 2-3 years, potentially paying it over during the next 40 years. So by 81 it will be done. But let's dive into the numbers. For example, let's imagine I would like to buy this beautiful house. It costs 300K. My down payment is 15%. Alright, so at the first glance everything looks nice, right? Now I want to point your attention to something. 300K house will cost me as much as 500,000 euros. And after doing my math, if I keep on renting this current apartment for the future 40 years, I will pay 400K. Alright, so my plan is to cut off everything that goes against my well-being. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop drinking good coffee, or eating healthy food, or staying in hostels when I travel. It's not that. It's about completely shifting the perspective on how I spend and how I earn. So I'm not a compulsive shopper, but what should really be gone is any application that allows you to pay in installments, because this way you start buying more than you can really afford, and you realize that only later when you cannot pay in time. Also, I think I should cancel my credit card because I'm not really accurate with payments. My goal is to figure out how I do make more And I realized one very sad thing. Every time my commercial gig gets cancelled, I'm happy because I hate what I do. I've never been in this place in my life ever before, and I should get out. What if I change the pattern and start producing videos like this for others? What if I double down my efforts on selling stock footage? What if I try it all and see? My idea is to give it a try for like 3-4 months. I never treated stock footage seriously, but honestly, it's been like around 5 years or more since I have portfolios there, and I get a modest revenue according to my input. In addition, I will end up having a pretty decent portfolio to show to potential clients. Let's summarize. Goal number 1 is going debt free. Goal number 2 is increasing the income. Goal number 3 is saving money. And goal number 4 is learning to invest money, to get smart with them, to make them work. Goal number 5, it goes along with the goal number 4, I think, is to grow my business from being a solopreneur to being a creative entrepreneur with a team. I hope that after watching my video, you really feel less alone in all this. Honestly, it wasn't easy to share for me with everyone. I used to be very ashamed of being broke. I couldn't tell about my problems to anyone, but what I learned after that, first thing, which is very sad, that I'm not alone in this rat race, and there are a lot of people who are desperate to get out of it. But the good thing I learned that by sharing with someone, you can exchange experiences and you can get valid advices on your problems, and you can help some other people too. Stay with Underdog Diaries, and let's go to the moment when it's a millionaire's diaries.